All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I want to add breaking news to the newscast. Of course, there's a report of another possible Ebola victim. This one in New York City, a doctor back from Guinea who developed symptoms of nausea, vomiting, and high fever. He is now isolated in a New York City hospital, I believe Columbia Presbyterian. But there had been reports that he had quarantined himself. Now the reports are, and they're conflicting, that he was out and about and he was in public in the streets of New York City. So we will have more as that becomes available. But don't worry, Barack Obama is sending the Ebola SWAT team to New York, so nobody has to worry. Joining us now, Jennifer Rubin, columnist and author of the Right Turn blog at the Washington Post. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi there. How you doing?
As far as I know, I haven't come in contact with this guy walking around the streets here, so I'm hoping I didn't. But, you know, like I said, you wrote a great piece, Vigilant. Obama's not even awake. But, you know, he assured me, after he assured me there was not going to be no Ebola in this country, that don't worry, he's got a SWAT team that'll be there within 48 hours anytime anybody gets Ebola.
Oh, my. Yes, it's one promise after another, isn't it? You know, he did say we have to be vigilant. It's one of his favorite phrases that he uses when he comes across one of these crises. Unfortunately, he is not vigilant, and that was the point of the piece that you referenced. He is not on the lookout for dangers. When danger strikes, he usually deflects blame to others. And so, again and again, he's surprised. He learns about things in the newspapers. What a stunner. A highly contagious disease from Africa, it turns out, to wind up in the United States. All these things could have been foreseen. In some cases, they were, as he was specifically warned, whether it was ISIS or whether it was the danger of an infectious disease. But this president doesn't seem to be on top of things or doesn't know what to do once he finds out that they're real problems.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, like I always say when you're on, I love going to your blog, The Right Turn at thewashingtonpost.com, because every time I come back, there's another story there, and that's to your credit, as I always say. And you wrote a great piece about Hillary, and her worst nightmare could be coming true because although many people have thought for quite some time that her book tour and the media appearances, Elizabeth Warren never really 100% shut the door on a presidential run in 2016. Now, as you point out, the door has opened even more to a possible run.
Correct. She gave an interview, she being Elizabeth Warren, to People magazine, where she very explicitly knocked the door open and said, I never make plans that far ahead. So that sounds to me like she may be getting in, and that really is Hillary's worst nightmare. Her problem is satisfying the liberal base, just like she tried to do in 2008, and yet maintaining, first of all, her own record, and secondly, her viability for the general election. That's the position she didn't want to be in, and she may wind up being exactly there.
Yeah, very interesting. Now, you also write about Rand Paul getting ready for 2016, and I think he's been a lot more obvious than Elizabeth Warren because I think everything he's done and said has been very calculated and very carefully thought out and worded. Maybe with the exception of cutting off all aid to Israel, which he did utter at one point, but otherwise, I think he is definitely planning to throw his hat in the ring.
It sure seems that way. He has sort of staffed up. He has various operations in different states. He, of course, is familiar with the process via his father. There's a report out that he's going to have a big staff meeting shortly and bring people in to discuss a potential campaign. So I think he is gearing up. He's got some problems. Every candidate does, but he has some unique ones because of the audience he is trying to capture. He's got to have those college kids in Berkeley and those students at Howard University sign up to vote in Republican primaries and caucuses. Some of us are kind of skeptical that that's going to happen. And if he doesn't, he's been promising to expand the party. I don't know that there are enough traditional Republicans who will vote for him. He is conservative in some respects, and he's quite libertarian, obviously, in others. But he's walking this very fine line. And it depends upon some very unusual things happening in the Republican Party. By the way, if Elizabeth Warren runs, it's very bad for Rand Paul because the competitive Democratic race. Those college kids are, believe me, not going to sign up to vote in the Republican caucus.
Yeah, well, listen, everyone go to Jennifer's blog at the Washington Post, WashingtonPost.com. And also, we didn't get to Israel under attack, that horrific terrorist attack where a 3-month-old Israeli American girl, 3-year-old American girl in Israel was killed yesterday by a Palestinian terrorist, and Hamas being blamed there. Thank you, Jennifer. Always great to talk to you.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye, Jennifer Rubin. We're coming back with the Malzberg panel. Lots to talk about.